Chelsea beat up Middlesbrough 6-1 to advance to the League Cup final. Jules, this game was over well before halftime. And yet I forced myself to watch until the end.
Yeah.
So you can see that Middlesbrough guy scored that great goal.
Yeah, Rogers, who I think is a really promising kid. Listen, I've been critical of Pochettino and this Chelsea team and their progress before. I want to say, and I have to say, this was good. Okay, maybe Borough were a bit naive, the way they tried to play out from the back, all of that. So he will need to be backed up against Aston Villa in the FA Cup, for example, and later in the league. And Pochettino said after the game, maybe it's time to give this team some credit, which to a certain extent, I agree, because I thought there was a lot of good things in that game. I like Chilwell. I like the positions that he picked up. I like some of the work on the right-hand side. Even Disasi at right back, to be fair, was okay. So I was like, okay. And for that, I need to just say well done, because, yeah, they destroyed them. Yes, Borough were naive a bit, I think, in the way they approached that game, but they've just played like they usually play. And Chelsea were far superior, so well done to them.
Yeah, they're in the League Cup final, yeah.
I know
yeah,
you.
No, look,
you're so hard to please.
I'm not going to say that. I understand why Pochettino said it. If I would have said the same thing. I don't think you necessarily judge or go to give credit in a game like this against Middlesbrough. As you said, Middlesbrough playing the way they did and Chelsea playing I would give them credit for other performances in games maybe they've lost. But they showed more signs of progress.
Liverpool will be Chelsea's opponent at Wembley in the League Cup final at the end of February, Gabby. They drew 1-1 at Craven Cottage against Fulham after winning 2-1 at home. But it could be dicey at the end. Yeah, shaky.
It is so much so that it kind of made me wonder, did Fulham not only decide to play like 25 minutes from the end? Did Harry Wilson coming on against his old club?
Yeah.
Did he change everything? Did Liverpool drop the tempo? Liverpool's still not a 90-minute team right now.
No, that's true.
Obviously, 1 billion absences for Liverpool. Salah, Alexander-Arnold, Szoboszlai, whatever. That's not news. But it did strike me, and I saw something which I never thought I'd see, which was, they must have played 3 at the back before, but all of a sudden taking off a striker to send on Konate to defend the lead on aggregate.
Yeah.
Very un-Klopp-like.
Yeah, that's true.
Very Walter Mazzarri. Hey, worked out. Deservedly in the final. Sticking with Liverpool, Mo Salah's agent Rami Abbas says he'll miss 3 to 4 weeks as his injury is worse than expected.
Yeah.
Egypt are through to the Cup of Nations. We'll get to that. He was there cheering them on from the sidelines.
Yeah, I love him.
But now he's going back to Liverpool for treatment. Some have questioned his loyalty to Egypt, and Klopp didn't like that.
So, I don't know Ivory Coast and where the Egypt national team is staying, what kind of medical material they have, or all that kind of stuff. But I would think that right now for Mo Salah to recover from a hamstring injury, even if it's not too serious, it's probably better with all the stuff that Liverpool have in their brand new modern training ground to look after him well, and
also
him
where they work
quickly
with him all the time, so they have all his medical history and everything, and they know his body better.
It's not a long flight. Do it, and then if he's ready, fit, and Egypt are still in the competition, send him back. He can maybe play the semi-final if they're there, the final if they're there, whatever. But you can't criticizing him or Liverpool or even Egypt to allowing him to go back to Liverpool to get that treatment. Come on.
Or even if you just let him back, even if he's not fit, just to be on the on the sidelines for the final, like Cristiano and
the
Euros.
Yeah, that could be possible too.